everyone. I'm Joey. So today we have Amanda, Jay, and Yvonne here together with us. And we are going to learn about Japanese greetings today. So some basic ones. Greetings in Japan are called aisatsu. And aisatsu, it's very important. Let's start with good morning.
Okay, so normally in Japan, it is a very important thing to actually wish people good morning if you happen to be up early and you see people around you. For example, you go saying things like "Ohayo gozaimasu." Normally, you say the full sentence to people that you are not familiar with, or to older people especially. You wish them in a full sentence, "Ohayo gozaimasu." But to some of your friends, like if you know your Japanese friends well, you can actually go short form by saying "Ohayo." That would also work for normal standard morning greeting. So next up we have good afternoon. Let's go over to Jay.
When you say good afternoon, we normally say konnichiwa. So konnichiwa is pretty much very straightforward. We just say konnichiwa. That's pretty much the syllabus for it. There isn't really much of a formal or informal way of saying it. It's very straightforward.
People would usually say konbanwa, which is like good evening, and usually konbanwa is used all the way up to like at night, like around 9 o'clock. And then, so I think I say konbanwa more than I say ohayo.
Totally
That's true. That's
the
true.
same thing.
Yeah. And then the last one is good night. Does Joey want to tell us?
Okay, so in Japan, before you go to sleep, normally you will tell people who are older than you or people around your same age as well. If you're not very close to them, you would say "Oyasumi nasai." So that's a greeting before you go to sleep. Let's say if you're very close to the person or to your friend, you normally say "Oyasumi." So it's a shortened version, a casual version of "Oyasumi nasai." Alright? So as we were saying about the greetings, normally when you meet someone or you want to talk to someone, you just go like a common hello, which is konnichiwa. As just now where you have learned it, which is good afternoon. But this is the common thing you could use when you want to speak with people. So move on to thank you, which is a very common phrase in Japan as well.
Okay, so basically, I think this is the most common phrase you will hear everywhere in Japan. Japanese people tend to say it more than once when they want to say thank you to show a lot of appreciation. So I think most of you guys will actually heard of this phrase, "Arigatou gozaimasu." You probably heard it everywhere you go, especially when you want to say thank you. You also have to do like a bow like that.
15
Yeah,
degrees.
okay. Yeah, 15-degree bow, and you say "Arigatou gozaimasu" at the same time. So this is for tourists or foreigner like us. It's considered good enough for them to actually to understand this when you want to thank them. So there's also another way. If you really want to show your appreciation or you really want to thank them very, very much, Jay will show you how this is done. Next to you.
Alright. So basically, I'm gonna recall a bit on what Amanda just added. In Japan, the culture is very formal, and they're known to be very, very thankful people. So normally, when it comes to being thankful, they pretty much go overboard with the whole thing. So when you're in a situation like where you are really appreciative of something that someone has done for you, you can pretty much go like "Domo arigatou gozaimasu," which means thank you very much. And you normally follow it down with like a big bow or like maybe a 15-degree or 45-degree if you're really thankful, maybe 45-degree. If not, but yeah, pretty much. So basically, you just say "Domo arigatou gozaimasu." Yeah.
Another phrase which is quite important in the Japanese greeting would be sorry.
So this phrase that Joey is talking about is "sumimasen," and I think it's more of a excuse me than I'm sorry, but it does carry the meaning of I'm sorry. Let's say if you are in a store and you want to ask someone something and you just start with like, oh, sumimasen, then can I ask something? Or if you want to get past somebody, you can also say sumimasen and you just walk past them.
Yep.
Very common.
Yep.
Right. Okay. In Japan, before you eat, there is a greeting that you will use, or you might hear it very often, which is Itadakimasu. So this means that you are thankful for the food. Only how you do it is that you take your chopstick together and you do like Itadakimasu and you eat the food like that. Yeah.
So of course you guys know that food in Japan is definitely one of the best in the world and one of the most consumed Asian food, as we all know. So I'm pretty sure you guys enjoy Japanese food a lot too. So normally when you had a awesome delicious meal and you finish it up already, so I'm pretty sure you also want to thank again, to show to not just to the shop owner, but you also want to show that the food was good. So when you finish a meal, normally you go something like this: Gochiso sama deshita. So it goes Gochiso sama deshita. So it means you are full and you thank you again for the food that was served to you and that you finished it up. So this is one of the ways that you actually show thank you.
Normally you would say something like "Mata aimashou." Mata aimashou. That's how I pretty much say it. See you again.
So there's another phrase. Normally to friends, you would say things like "Mata aimashou," which is "see you again." But what if you are having dinner with people that you're not so familiar with? So you can't just say "Mata aimashou," see you again, when you're not going to see the person again, maybe. So normally the most common phrase you probably heard of would be Yvonne, next to you.
Usually goodbye would be translated as sayonara, sayonara. And I think this is very, very formal for me. I don't say it a lot, but in the occasion that you do say, you have to bow, bow.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, I think I would also add on is that typically Japanese people would avoid using sayonara. In often cases, they'll actually use very less. So let's say like like you're going away for a very, very long time, maybe a few bunch of years. Maybe in that scenario they may use sayonara, or in a case where just meeting someone for one time, for maybe a business meeting or something. Maybe in that scenario, but normally it's mata aimashou, because for them it's a polite way of saying it, and in Japanese they have a whole culture of keeping things rolling, so it's normally mata aimashou.
Yeah, and also another thing that like what Yvonne say, even she thinks that she won't really use the word sayonara. Even for me, I don't think I will use it. For example, if you're saying goodbye to someone in the night, we won't even say sayonara. We will probably just choose to saying good night, which is oyasumi nasai. Yeah.
Those are the basic Japanese greetings, aisatsu, that you might find it useful if you head to Japan or when you speak to a Japanese. So this is the end. Thank you guys. Arigatou gozaimashita. Bye.
今日はここまでにします。
はい。
ありがとうございました。みん
ね
なお疲れ様でした。
おやすみなさい。はいはいはい。バイバイね。バイバイ。バイバイバイバイ。
またね。
はい。